Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, landlord's body found in house during yard sale led by murder suspect. A probe has been launched into the stabbing and the strangulation murder of a landlord allegedly committed by his tenant at the property where they lived on Allardyce Road in St. Andrew. The deceased man is 56-year-old Roger Evans, who was killed last Thursday around 2:30 a.m. Investigators were, however, not made aware of the murder until later that day. The news understands that the prime suspect, who is currently in custody, held a yard sale with Evans's belongings, during which his body was discovered inside the home. A source told the news that the suspect is a member of a prominent Jamaican family. According to the St. Andrew North Police, about 12:30 a.m., the suspect and the landlord were involved in an argument. The news understands that the suspect reportedly waited until Evans retired to bed before he allegedly kicked in his bedroom door. Evans was attacked and an electric iron used to deliver blows to his head, inflicting wounds. The body reportedly had stab wounds to the face and visible marks suggesting he was strangled. The police indicated that later Thursday morning, the suspect went to the nearby Shortwood Road area where he advertised the deceased man's property, including his furniture, for sale. During the yard sale, where a number of persons visited and allegedly made the purchases, the suspect was asked if there were any bedroom items for sale. Interested persons unsuspectingly visited the yard sale on invitation, and when someone gained access to the bedroom, they stumbled on what was believed to be a body wrapped in a sheet. They left hastily and made a report to the police, a source with a knowledge of the probe told the news. Notified of the discovery, the Grand Spence police conducted a search of the premises and found Evans's body. The investigation is ongoing. St. James, a businessman accused of pocketing money for hotel reservations, charged. St. James, a businessman Dominic Shaw, has been arrested and charged by the police for allegedly collecting money to make hotel bookings but pocketing the funds. The 38-year-old has been charged with 2 counts of obtaining money by false pretense. His court date is being finalized. He was arrested and charged by detectives attached to the St. Catharines South Criminal Investigation Branch. It is reported that in 2024, Shaw, who is from Unity Hall, Montego Bay, collected $810,840 from the complainant in 2 installments. It is alleged that Shaw, while posing as a booking agent, solicited the money from the woman to book reservations for 2 all-inclusive resorts. Shaw, who was unable to return the money and used it for his own benefit, was subsequently arrested and charged based on the complainant's statement and a question-and-answer session. 2 granted bail in billion-dollar cocaine bust. 2 of 5 men implicated in the almost $12 billion cocaine bust in Havendale, St. Andrew last August have been granted $3 million bail. Jonah Haldane, 72, and George Sterling were last month offered a bail by Justice Leighton Pusey on condition to report 3 times per week and surrender their travel documents with stop orders in place at all ports. The other 3 defendants, Clive Davis, 57, Colin Ricketts, 58, and Clayton Peart, 42, were further remanded when they appeared in court yesterday. The men, who are charged with possession of cocaine, dealing in cocaine, trafficking cocaine, and a conspiracy, are to return to court on January 28. The defendants were arrested on August 6, 2024, when officers from the Police's Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division, accompanied by units from the Counterterrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, raided the premises and seized several knitted bags containing cocaine. Approximately 2,600 kilograms or 5,569 pounds of the drug with a street value of US $75.79 million was allegedly found during a 3-hour operation. The police were reportedly acting on information when they went to the premises, as the men were allegedly in the process of loading a bus with the bags of cocaine. Haldane and Sterling were reportedly seen behind the bus and accosted after they ran. However, during last month's bail application, lawyers for the two men denied their involvement. Haldane's lawyer, Lloyd McFarlane, submitted that his client had no knowledge of the drug and that his position close to the bus was not sufficient to ground the charge of drug possession. The lawyer also indicated that his client had medical issues and that there were concerns about his health. Attorney Ludlow Black, for his part, told the court that Sterling, who is a taxi driver, had merely gone to the premises to do a drop-off when the police came and saw him. The other three men were denied bail because of concerns that they were flight risk, along with the strength of the prosecution's case. Attorney Law Donahue Martin is representing Ricketts. Attorneys at law Ken Atkinson and Tamika Dunbar are appearing for Peart, while King's Counsel Tom Tavares Finson is defending Davis. Auditor General paints the Prime Minister's social housing program as a duplicated use of resources. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness's flagship housing initiative for poor Jamaicans is one of several flagged by Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis for offering duplicated services in need of reform. The new social housing program was established in 2018 by Holness, who is the Minister of Economic Growth and Job Creation, as the housing component of the Housing, Opportunity, Production and Employment Program. The program is one of 6 identified by Monroe Ellis in her 64-page performance audit report on the management of the government's social benefit program. These are the Poor Relief Program and the Municipal Social Assistance Program administered by the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, a rehabilitation program under the Ministry of Labor and Social Security, the Social Housing Program, and the NSHP, managed by the MEGJC and the Constituency Development Fund, operated through the Office of the Prime Minister. We found that the various social programs had similar objectives and overlapping functions covering parts of the same areas of interest, with little or no coordination in the distribution of said benefits, Monroe Ellis said in the report. She said, for example, that the distribution of housing-related benefits started with the Poor Relief Program under the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development. The Auditor General said the government subsequently developed the Rehabilitation Program under the MLSS and the SHP under the MEGJC, formerly the Ministry of Housing. The Poor Relief Housing and Rehabilitation Programs administered by MLGCD and MLSS provide housing rental and home repair grants to individuals. Similarly, the government introduced the Social Housing Program under the MEGJC and the Municipal Social Assistance Program under the MLGCD to provide home repair grants like the Poor Relief Housing and Rehabilitation Programs and housing units. Home repair grants are also provided through the Constituency Development Fund under the Office of the Prime Minister. Further, in 2019, the government introduced the new Social Housing Program, which offers housing units similar to the initial SHP. Of note, the SHP and the NSHP are concurrently administered by separate units within the MEGJC, Monroe Ellis noted. The NSHP, the last of the 6 to be established, was developed to improve the housing condition of the country's poor and the disadvantaged population by providing quality, affordable and sustainable housing. In mid-2024, Holness said over 300 units were expected to be built by year-end. Additionally, a total of 75 projects, or 242 units, comprising 419 rooms, are expected to commence between now and the 2025-2026 financial year. Of note, the Auditor General report stated that between 2018 and 2024, the social housing budget allocation totaled $677.7 million, while the NSHP was allocated $3.4 billion. This issue is seen as a long-standing challenge, which was even identified by the World Bank as far back as 2009, where they highlighted the problem of multiple uncoordinated programs and the insufficient targeting and the coverage among the issues that affected the distribution of social benefits to the poor and the most vulnerable, Monroe Ellis said. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.